Here are 5 things that got me financially ahead in my 20s. The first thing was I bought a property at 24 years old. Don't get me wrong, like I worked my ass off. I grinded. And I had like 4 different jobs. I worked all throughout uni. I was also living at home with my parents, which I know can be a challenging thing for a lot of people, but I just made sure that I got onto the property ladder as young as I could, as quickly as I could, so that it meant I always had a place to put my head down and I could just continue to build from then on out. So as soon as I left uni, that was my biggest goal, and I was able to do that by the time I was 24. Number 2 was I lived well below my means, and that meant that I didn't buy clothes very often. I was always looking for the best prices when it came to food. And when I went out with my friends, I always tried to have the most affordable drinks or try to limit my spending, just because it's so easy to just get loads of cocktails, but I would very much stick to like a beer or half pint, and that kind of be me done. It meant that I probably had less fun, but it did mean that I was able to save a lot more in the long term. And it also just meant that I had more money left over at the end of the month. Number 3 was I bought Bitcoin. Now, I know this might be contentious for a lot of people, but I chose to invest in Bitcoin pretty early on. Even though cryptocurrency is, yes, a big risk, it was one that I was willing to take. And luckily for me, it has paid off in the long run. And not only do I have that kind of lump investment, I also have ongoing investments that you can also get with staking and other incentives for holding your Bitcoin. So my biggest advice is if you don't have Bitcoin, you can absolutely start dollar cost averaging, which means just buying a small amount every single day or week or month, which means that you are at least in the game. Number 4 was I started investing in the S&P 500. And no, I didn't have large amounts to start off with. I just put in small amounts every single month, and then that led to every single week. It just means that you have your money, instead of being in individual stocks, which is a bit more risky, putting it into something that feels a little bit more like a pot of stocks. So the S&P 500 is designed to constantly grow. So even though it does have dips, it does grow overall. And the S&P 500 will be my pension plan. And then number 5 was I reinvested into physical assets. And by physical assets, I mean other businesses. So that meant that I was able to take my investments into something that maybe felt not as tangible because it was all kind of done digitally. When my money hit a certain level, I was able to take money out and invest into other businesses, which then meant that we have more streams of income coming into your kind of cash flow. So those are the things that I did in my 20s to make sure that I was ahead financially. Let me know what are some things that you guys do.
Listen to your heart, mirror the reflection